All right, welcome back everybody. So today we're gonna do the first oil change on my 2022 W990. We got about 9,200 miles on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil a little bit early this time since it's new. I gotta get the owner's manual out again, but I'm gonna do my oil changes. I think I decided about 12,000 miles. This is a log truck, and we get a fair amount of idle time at the mills and a lot of time out in the woods in the dirt, and we're always pulling, always up to weight. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I was doing the old truck at about 10,000, so I think I'm going to try to extend this out to 12, just because according to the book you can go even farther. But with the price of oil and oil filters, I figured if I just extended it out just a little bit more, maybe it'd be like, it would end up being one less oil change per season, per year. So that's my thinking for now, but that could always change. So yeah, let's get to it. So we're at what, 9,175.9, so 176. And I wanted to show you in the owner's manual here. So it says for your, I don't know, I think you can read that. But for oil change, maybe I ought to close the door. See if the light helps. But anyway, for lubricating oil and filter intervals for this engine, and we're in the logging here, it says to refer to table 1. So you go to the next page, and table 1 says 20,000 miles, 500 hours, or 12 months. Like I said, I know this is early, but I think it's a fair idea to change it early on the first time. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go, it says 20, but I'm just gonna do like 12,000. What I'm gonna do is, when I get to 12,000 on the oil, I think I'll change it the following weekend, so I could have, 13, 14,000 on it or something. I think that's good enough. I don't know, 20,000 seems like a long ways, but things are different nowadays, I guess. But I'm just going to go with the around 12,000. So that's what we're going to do there. And then I think I lost my page. And it says it only holds, on the dipstick, I'll show you in a minute, it says it holds 11 gallons, which my old truck held like 13. So that will be 2 gallons less per oil change, is a pretty decent amount. And let's see, on the oil, I'm going to run 1540. I think it has 1030 in it from the factory. It says it recommends 1030 for normal operations and for fuel economy operations. Severe engine operation, you can run 1540. I don't know if we're severe logging, it's close, but over here it says on your ambient temperatures, where I am, the 1030, hang on here. So the 1540 you can run from, like, looks about like 5 degrees up, and the 1030 is -5 degrees up Fahrenheit. And it says it recommended 1030 for normal engine wear, and then the 1540 is compatible for engine durability at high temperatures. So I don't know. I talked to a couple people and they said you're fine with the 1540, and that's what I'm going to run. And actually that's some of my, I have the 1540s left over from the other truck, so I'm going to go ahead and just run that. I think there is some other people that I saw online that were running 1540 also. So I'm going to do 1540 Delo, and then I'm going to change it early this time, and then after that we'll go to about 12,000 I think. Okay, I think we're ready to go. We got our drum of oil and we got our new filter. It's a, what is it? It's a 14,001 Fleet Guard. And then next time I change the oil, it's going to be a little easier. I put these Fumoto valves on my oil pan, and this truck I believe has 2 plugs, if I remember right. Yeah, see, we got plug up top and then one on the back. So I got 2 Fumoto valves. I got one has this nipple on it because I think that front plug, it's right above the axle. So I got one with a nipple so I can put like a little piece of hose and then drain it into a bucket so I won't get on the axle. And then this one I have, there's no nipple on that. And then that'll go on the side of the plug, or on the side of the pan. So yeah, I've used these in my last 2 trucks. I've used these because the oil is so hot in these Cummins. Like when you come in off the road and you want to drain it, if you drain it in a pan, it's, I mean, it's just so, it's like 200 something degrees. It'll just burn you and makes a mess. So I use these, and then I let it cool down just a little bit. I'll let the truck sit for half hour or so when I get home, and then I will just drain it right into 5-gallon buckets. And then that way it's easier for me to get rid of the oil in 5-gallon buckets. Today I'm going to drain it in a pan, and then I'll have to dump it out into some buckets. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen up the plugs, both plugs, and we'll drain it, and then I'm going to drain the filter. And then I poke a hole in the bottom of the filter with a little punch, and then I'll loosen the filter up, and like I say, I'll poke a hole in it and then let that drain for a few before I take it off. One thing I forgot was I probably should have, I need to turn the wheel to the left, because I've never had a truck that had like this quarter fender here, so there's not a lot of room to get between the tires. So I think next time I'll turn the wheel to the left, and then maybe that'll give me a little room I can squeeze in between the tire. So let's go down here and pull the plug. I already cracked it loose. Maybe you can see there, but yeah, I already cracked it loose. I'll move it over so I can do the filter. And it's not super hot this time, just because I had to drain it into this bucket. Usually I try to do it when it's, you know, warm. It's just warm now, but it's usually I try to do it when I get in off the road when it's nice and hot, but she'll be all right. So we'll let that drain, and I'm going to poke a hole in the filter, and we'll get that filter draining. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing where the dang camera is. Looking anyway. I think you can see the filter. But we'll go ahead and loosen it up. Holy cow, it's tight. Okay. Got her cracked loose. I'll go ahead and poke a hole in it now. There we go. once you got a hole in it, then I loosen it up a little more. And we'll just let that drain. So I think we'll let that stuff drain in the bucket. And I'll go ahead and drain that front plug as well. And once the oil's draining, I'll come back to you. Alright, so this front plug, there's usually not much oil in that. Maybe you can see right there, but I already loosened it. Go ahead and there it goes. See how much of a mess I make here. Now, there's not much oil up here. I mean, it's like maybe 1/4 of a quart or something. I'm not sure why they still have a plug up there, why they don't just design the pan a little different, but I don't know nothing. So here's our Fumoto valve that we're going to put in the rear oil pan, and it just has this lever that you there it goes, it's tight, so that's closed, and then it locks in this position. To open it, you have to pull this down like so, and then pull it open, and then that'll be open. And then you just drain your oil, and once you're done, you push it closed, and the lever will go down in this little machine surface like a little lock, so it won't open accidentally. And you can also use, they sell a little plastic clip that goes on here. I'll show you, and that'll lock it, little safety lock. Here's the little plastic clip here, and then this goes, you take the slot, put over your thing, and you just snap it on like so, and then that's just like a double sense of security there that this won't open. I don't know, I've been running them on 2 trucks for 10 or 12 years, I guess, maybe longer, and I've never had a problem with these opening up. I am going to take the O-ring off of the original pan plug, and I'm going to put it on here, and then we'll tighten it into the pan. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this in. I'm going to go ahead and clean out the threads a little bit. She's still dripping, but we'll just take our Fumoto valve and we'll thread it into the pan, like so. Okay. Move that over. And then I think it's an 1 1/16. And we'll just tighten that down. Wipe the rest of the oil off here. I'll go get some starting fluid, I think, and clean up around that. And then, yeah, it should be good. So then when you want to change the oil next time, we'll just take this lever, pull it back. You probably can't see. There. So we'll pull the lever up and then just pull it down, open it up, and then you drain it. And then when you're done, you just close it and it'll go back down in there. So yeah, I really like them, especially with this oil, or as hot as they run the oil here. on these engines, I can, like I said earlier, I can just drain it into 5-gallon buckets, and then I can take it to dispose of it properly in the buckets. Saves me from having to scoop it out of this big barrel. So, all right, I'm gonna get the filter changed, and then we'll fill this baby up with oil. All right, so we are looking good. We got both the Fumoto valves are in, tightened, closed. Got our new oil filter on and tightened. And then last thing I'm going to do under here, we're going to take these little clips like I was showing you earlier. And then there's the little slotted thing, and that's going to go over the lever. So you just take it and push it on like so. And then that baby's double secure. It's not going to open up. So I bought four of these clips, so I got a couple extras. So I might as well put them on both of them here. And yeah, perfect. So let's go ahead and put some oil in it. All right, on the driver's side, we got our oil fill cap. Man, it's in like one of the worst locations ever. Put that there. And then I have a nice barrel pump, air operated barrel pump. So we'll take it and we'll put our deal down there. Maybe we'll go first time for this one, so guess we'll just put it like so, and then you just pull the lever, and there's a lock on the bottom, and away we go. So we'll go ahead and pump in 11 gallons, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, and we're back. Got our 11 gallons in, so we put our pump back over here. We will put our cap back on. It's hung up on the thing. Who knew it was so hard to screw the cap on? All right. So I think we're good to go. Let's jump up there and start it up and see if we got any leaks. Put you in there and got oil pressure finally. Anywhere. I think we're gonna be okay. So no leaks that I can see, but we'll go ahead and let it sit for 10 minutes or so, and we'll double check the engine level, and then that should be it. Yeah, got to give her a wash job and still got to grease it, so I better get with it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.